President Trump is back in Washington tonight after the summit with Kim Jong-un. The president tweeting that there is no nuclear threat after the summit, also made safety guarantees and had a picture to go along with it. The president and Kim, of course, shook hands after signing that document in Singapore in which North Korea pledges to work toward complete denuclearization of the Korean peninsula. That historic meeting and deal getting strong reaction from people around the world.
News Channel 6's Ashley Osborne talked with a local political science expert about their meeting. Ashley is live in the newsroom tonight. And Ashley, break down for us why he says this really matters for all of us.
Hey, Dee, he explained the fact that there's now a communication channel that's never existed can only help when it comes to dangerous threats from North Korea. Now, those two leaders have a dialogue going, so when conflict comes up, they can hopefully just talk it out instead of fighting.
Thank you.
The first handshake between these leaders.
The president of the United States has never officially met with the leader of North Korea since its almost 70-year existence.
Augusta University political scientist Dr. Craig Albert puts in simple terms the monumental significance of this summit.
On an individual level between Trump himself and Kim, to get to know one another, which will build a little bit of trust where they can perhaps, if anything happens, reach out to one another.
So for those of us who are not foreign policy junkies, why does this really matter for you and me? Dr. Albert says this meeting suggests a war is less likely today than it was before these leaders talked.
Americans don't look at it like this, but Kim postures threateningly towards us because he says that we posture threateningly towards him. So then the two sides both perceive the other as being aggressive, and that's how war happens.
North Korea says it'll denuclearize the peninsula. Something President Trump says he'll end are the military exercises performed by the U.S. and South Korea near the border of North Korea.
Kim sees that as a direct threat. He says that's not games, that's practicing to invade us, and we find that as threatening. And so Donald Trump said, okay, I buy that. So he's going to take that off the table almost immediately as a gesture of goodwill.
Dr. Albert says that has the potential to build trust, but there's a danger as well.
Kim could also take advantage of that.
He says it's a move in the right direction, but just the first step of many.
They set the tone to start thinking about negotiations. So that's where our level of hope should be right now.
With the hope that eventually threats will be taken off the table from North Korea. Dee and John, both Republicans and Democrats want Congress to approve the deal, something Secretary of State Mike Pompeo says will happen.
Well, Ashley, just a few months ago, President Trump called Kim Rocket Man, and that making him a surprise orchestrator for this meeting.
Yep, I talked about that with Dr. Albert coming up on News Channel 6 at 6, why he says this fits right in with the policies the Trump administration has been doing all along. In the newsroom, Ashley Osborne, WJBF, News Channel 6.